All right, we are live. Three, two, one. Hold on. Let me take a oh shit. Hold on. Gotta take a sip of the iced tea right here. So I'm just gonna give it a few minutes for people to get into the chat. Um, Great to have you guys on this Sunday, honestly. Been pretty cool. Just want to thank you for just tuning in. If you're watching this on the replay, if you're watching this live. I know a lot of people sometimes like they don't get the chance to see this live. So what I'm planning to do is do more live streams around 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. time. I might change the time soon, but I will probably start putting times of when I'm going to be live streaming every single week or every 2 weeks, whatever I decide. I'm actually in the middle of kind of restructuring my channel. So if you're seeing like different things on my channel, yeah, I'm experimenting with new things, man. So really cool. First of all, I just wanted to say, this week has, I don't know about you, but this week has been really, really rough on me for some reason. I just don't have the vitality and energy that I used to. And I don't know if it's because it's almost my birthday soon and I'm getting older, but I'm getting really, really tired or burnt out. And I don't know, maybe part of it is like, dude, jujitsu hasn't been a huge part of my life recently. And I'm not gonna lie, that's one part of my life that I'm really missing right now, like jujitsu and stuff. As far as like business stuff, it's been going pretty good. I feel like I'm really, really stimulated in that area of my life, and I'm meeting so many like cool people, cool businesses. It's really taking off. So really, really great on that end. But let me ask you, there's only three people in here that are watching right now. Let me know in the comments, how are you doing this week? Tell me about your biggest wins, biggest losses and stuff. So yeah, man. Just it's pretty crazy, man. Been working with a lot of new different people outside my channel too, and seeing if we can do a cool collab with people. So I have plans on new series that are coming out to this channel too and stuff. It's gonna be really cool stuff. I hope like you guys like it. If it doesn't, then I'm gonna just try something until it works, man. So that's really cool. Um What else? What else can I talk about? Recently, I've been hearing like a lot of cool stuff about the whole R. Kelly, like R. Kelly and Michael Jackson docu series and stuff. So I gotta definitely check that out. Recently, this week, I also, as far as other media I've been consuming, I watched Better Call Saul. That's a great series, man. Great series on like content creation, storytelling. I've been learning so much, man. And it's like, wow, what how can I apply this to my YouTube channel? So there's that. There's been a few books that I've been reading. I'm always reading different books. I'm right now, one of my favorite books right now is the Little Red Book on Selling. That is a great book if you're into sales and persuasion and general. Actually, I think like well, actually, I think a lot of things Dan Locke actually took from that book. Like, I feel like like when you start reading around in the sales world, you start seeing like patterns and stuff. So that's one thing I've been reading. Little Red Book. Um, but yeah, man, it's really cool. Thank you for the like. Appreciate it, by the way. But yeah, I've been reading that book. Been watching a lot of Better Call Saul, and honestly, I've been haven't been as like execution heavy this last week. It's been more relationship building and just like I've been just chatting with friends, talking with friends and stuff, and just trying to chill with them and whatnot. So I don't know, man. It's like do you ever go in that funk where you're just like, you're going through the daily motions and shit, but nothing seems like it's actually like uh it just seems like it's the same old same old. I feel like I'm getting in that burnout, like borderline burnout stage and stuff. As for other cool stuff that I bought recently, recently I got paid out and I was trying to figure some of the stuff I need in my life that I can expense out to my business. And I got two major things. One, I got a new Panasonic lens so for my camera. So, well, my camera's not. I'm using my webcam right now, but I did get a really sick, like, new lens for my G85, so that's one thing I'm really excited this week. Another thing I'm really excited as well is that I recently got a, new MacBook Pro. So, I've been kind of frustrated. If you haven't noticed, sometimes the quality on my channel is, like, really when I do my live streams, is really, really good. Other times, it's really, really sucks, and that's the thing, right? Um, for some reason, it eats up when I stream live or do anything live with my really nice camera, it lags my system like crazy, almost like it's unusable. It's, like, ridiculous. Even when I do, like, a PowerPoint or something, there's such a huge slowdown in my system. Hey, I love this computer, like, this computer that I'm shooting on right now, one of the best investments in my life, but I think it's time for upgrade, and plus, like, I want to have a better, more powerful workstation, right, on the go. So, I do have, like, multiple things. I have, like, a Mac Mini, which is really, really good as well, but I need something with more of a kick, and that's why I'm just like, okay, I got a 2015 MacBook. I don't like the new MacBooks, honestly, because, like, honestly, what the for the best bang for your buck, I don't think it's really worth it. It doesn't even come with like a card reader and stuff. Most people who use MacBook Pros and shit, they we all use like, there a lot of them are for, like, prosumers or, like, YouTube channels and stuff. And so, like, not even having the major not even having the basic conveniences of, of having a SD card reader and all that sort of stuff, it's a pain in the ass, man. I can't believe it. So, I don't know, man. I've been having really different sentiments about Apple, honestly, because, you know, I used to be I used to love Apple. I used to love their iPhones. I used to love a lot of their stuff. I wouldn't consider myself an Apple fanboy per se, but it was really, really, it was really they had really, really good products and the ecosystem was really good. But I feel like recently it's been disappointment ever since Steve Jobs passed. I guess all the nightmares are coming into fruition, but it's kind of like I don't know. It kind of breaks my heart because I remember every single year during that time of like the Steve Jobs era, every single time we would be so freaking excited about like the next thing that was coming out, and each and everything was so revolutionary. I mean, isn't it really fucked up when there is a you're starting to build a cult following on buying old MacBook products and stuff like that? Isn't that freaking crazy? I know I'm not the only one. I've been seeing a trend on YouTube too where people there is a resurgence of old technology, people buying old technology and reviewing it in present day. It's pretty interesting. And that did not I'll tell you this, that did not exist, like, earlier before, but seems like it's more popular with the MacBooks and stuff, and I think it's like, yes, I mean, sure, it's point 0.8 pounds lighter, right? Like the products that Apple comes out with. But is it really worth the point 0.8 pounds when you have to remind yourself about bringing all these fucking dongles and shit? Like, to me, that's kinda ridiculous and stuff, you know what I mean? Like, there has to be some sort of convenience. Even with, like, new phones these days, they don't even come with, like, a aux port, and if you have really nice headphones and stuff like that, let's be honest, really nice headphones, like, all, like I think my what is it called? It's it's M50s or something? Something like that by, Sennheiser, but it's just like when you have those like, I have those and I can't even plug into my fucking thing, and I gotta use my USB-C port and then have dongles and stuff. It's just a pain in the ass, so that's why I'm still like, if you guys wonder, like, why I'm still on my old tech, is because, of that one reason right there, man, so but I don't know, man. I'm pretty excited for this upgraded tech because how I look at it, before I would've looked at my buying decision like, "Hey, I want to like I think I would try to be like, "Man, do I really need it?" But how I justify my purchases now is like, "Hey, will it help me move a lot quicker? Will it frustrate me a lot less?" Imagine how much work you can do. And I think it's really painting both sides of the spectrum, right? And That's exactly like, let me segue it into closing as well, right? Like, I think that's how I ever since I started learning how to close and applying it, that's how I like to paint things too, like both sides of the spectrum where it's just like, well, does it really make sense? I mean, sure, like it's a temporary setback, right? But what's the long-term gain behind this decision, right? What is it costing me by staying on this old piece of technology that is frustrating me, that takes fucking forever to load and shit. And yeah, it's ever since then, I've really started to really go more lean. Like I've really been able to make quicker decisions. And I think technology, like if you think about technology, like being like, if you're a content creator and your technology is holding you back, I would really reconsider making that as optimal as you can, make it as fast as you can, just because everything you do top down relies on your electronics these days, especially like computer and phone. I would never skip on those type of things. And guess what? This phone, like the OnePlus 3T, was one of the top phones back in 2016, and it's still running me strong in 2019. Isn't that crazy? And I can't believe it's been that long. Like, I've been tempted by other things like Pixel and stuff, but honestly, this phone still runs, like, really crazy, and I've never really like, I've never had a major drops with it or anything like that, but it's such a great phone that I use it every single day. It's one of my daily carriers and stuff like that as well. So, yeah. And also, I think earlier this week, there's some great podcasts on Joe Rogan as well. Like, I've been consuming a lot of Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan has, like, there was, like, that whole Twitch debate about, the future of media, about silencing people, and, to be honest, I don't agree with the whole concept of, like, silencing people, even no matter how bad, like, how bad, like, people's opposing thoughts are. I'm one of those believers, like, what they said on a podcast, "Sunlight is the best remedy or best medicine," or something like that, right? And I believe in it, and as I was thinking about as I was listening to that podcast the other day too, I was thinking about, it just had my mind thinking about that. I guess, like, recently in this new culture and stuff, a lot of people there's been a lot of, like, discrimination against thoughts and stuff, which I think is really, 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 really dangerous. Steve Edwards says, "Hey, Kevin, what's up?" Nothing, man. I'm just waiting for people to come in and start asking me questions. Otherwise, I'm just gonna go on these random tangents. But not gonna lie, this week has been really tough on me. Or this week has been really tough in general. It's been one of those weeks where it's just really hard to like hustle and grind and really hustle and grind and like really get working if I were to say that, man. It's like one of those weeks. Literally these last 2 days, I've just been chilling, sleeping like this literally, yesterday, I spent all day sleeping, which is really unlike me. Same with today. I just been sleeping most of the day. I just woke up just for the stream, just because I wanna promise you guys and just, like, make sure that I'm there, but yeah. How hype are you for next CIB? You know what? For next CIB, I actually didn't purchase my ticket, and I don't know. I'll probably like either buy it soon or something. But I know if I'm going to CIB, I'm collecting an award. I want to see Dan Pena too, and I think it'd be cool to go back up to Vancouver again. You know, I really like it. I know you're a huge fan of Dan Pena. Well, Dan Pena is actually coming down here to LA, I think on the 12th or something. So I definitely want to make time out of my schedule, go see Dan Pena. Dan Pena is like really cool. I think like if you come from a situation like kind of like a background like me, where maybe your dad wasn't not my dad wasn't hard on me, but if you come from a background where there weren't too many like male role models in your life, yeah, like, I think it's really, Dan Pena is a really great voice of reason, where he basically tells you to fucking stop being a snowflake and shit, you know? It's really great. I love Dan Pena for leadership and, he's very, very people see him for his strong exterior, but no one sees him for his, like, really caring side. It comes from a really, really good place. Now, do I agree with everything that Dan Pena says? Hell no, but Dan Pena is so much more successful than me right now at this point in life, and I'm just like, I like his mindsets. I like watching his QLA series. I think it's some of the best content on YouTube, actually. Like, I don't think it's the best, but I think it's great to see that generation how they think because they're so fucking tough, man. And I feel like there's so many weak people like recently in this new generation, man. Not to say like I don't like to knock on the next generation, but there's a lot of people who don't have that same work ethic, who want everything, who feel so entitled all the time, man. I think it's I don't fuck with that shit, man. I think he is definitely a huge voice of reason to like really take control of your life and to start doing what's hard rather than what's easy, man. So can't wait to can't wait for Dan Pena to call me a one out of 10 millionaire or at CIB. Yeah, man. He's really cool, man. So I don't know. I might make time for him this week to go see him. I know he's only offering QLA for so much longer. I really want to go. And I think that's gonna be next big purchase for me. I'm just gonna spend money on QLA and just go to his business training. Because here's the thing, right? It's about 20 Gs for to go QLA, and then he gives you a year free mentorship, and he never quits on you. The only way that you the only way that you fuck up QLA is if you leave. So yeah, man, I can't. I want to go there and see what it's all about. And I've seen people have, I think that's the thing, right? Like people think if you go QLA, you take these certain programs, if you take HTC, it's gonna magically change your life. It really does not. At the end of the day, like knowledge goes only so far, but people look at these programs as like a cure all pill, and it's just like, dude, either way, you still gotta put in the work, you still gotta commit to yourself, and it's just like I've been seeing so many things like reviews on courses and stuff, and I think like at the end of the day, it has to make sense for you and your stage of in life, right? Um, yeah, man. So those are just my thoughts. I was actually going to do like a ranty video recently, but let me ask you: how many guys saw my my video? How many of you have seen my video yesterday on In and Out and stuff? Are you gonna bring out the BJJ during the boxing session during QA? No, but I gotta get good at boxing. I'm gonna definitely like start doing Muay Thai again and shit. Think that's really been missing in my life, and but I gotta take it one step at a time because I also know like, hey, I have a tendency to overcommit and shit. I wish honestly, Dan Pena did like a wrestling session or some shit like that. I think that shit is like tough. Getting like, not to say boxing and all that stuff isn't tough, but dude, you look at the wrestlers and shit, they are so hardened and stuff, and that has you feeling like dying like no other, man. That definitely has you feeling like no other. So would you ever do hospital pharmacy, says Pumpkin Eye? As far as pharmacy, like hospital pharmacy, I don't think so. I don't think it really fits my personality. I think if I were to do it, if you were to lock me in a room and you're like, "Hey, if you're going to do community pharmacy or hospital pharmacy," I think most people would try to do hospital pharmacy. But from what like I talk to my friends from time to time, and we have chats, and a lot of them hate have gone that route and into hospital pharmacy and hate that too. They don't feel fulfilled with hospital pharmacy either. So yeah, man, and it goes with so many things. I know some people that are just like, "Yeah, it is what it is," and it's you just gotta realize there's no perfect pill, and there's different sets of problems for whatever you do, you know? So, yeah, like, I would say, I mean, if I really had to, maybe, but I it's definitely not my goals, and I definitely think it's, like, a very small like, if I were to go back into pharmacy, I wouldn't be making an impact, like, as much as I do now, you know? So, agree, man. I am talking to people at deep level type of guy. So, yeah. So, like, with hospital pharmacy, I don't know. Like, it's probably not my thing. But no, it's really interesting. I did meet a pharmacy. I don't know, she's in her first year of pharmacy and stuff like that. And I guess, like, when I did meet a few people last week, but I guess one of the people were this person was really angry that I was telling people not to go to pharmacy. And at this point, I was just like, I don't know why. At the end of the day, like, if I'm just spreading the truth about pharmacy, the actual environment of pharmacy, how people are actually really unhappy with pharmacy, I'm helping out with the job market. I don't see you doing shit, right? That's what I'm thinking in my head. I'm just trying to help make people's decision more informed because it is so far skewed and this is the best profession in the world when really behind closed doors, what are pharmacists really saying? There's a lot of pharmacists that don't really like their jobs. And if they do love their jobs, they're doing something completely outside, usually completely outside of community pharmacy. And guess what? Am I saying like, here's the thing, like, I know what people, like, are thinking. They're like, "Oh, I know this pharmacist, they say that they're really happy, that's really great." But guess what? There's an underserved population or this huge population that is really unhappy with the job, and they feel stuck. They feel stuck. And I feel like they feel like, "Man, like, I've done everything right in my life, and I feel it's not for me. There must be something wrong with me, and I'm here to tell people that, hey, there's nothing wrong with you. Maybe there's there's a problem where we didn't like reverse engineer our steps, but there is nothing wrong with you, and it's okay if you don't like pharmacy, but it's not okay to just stay here. Do something about it, right? So over the next like few weeks and stuff, I'm going to be bringing on different guests to really talk about different business models that can help transition pharmacists out of pharmacy if they choose to, you know? And it's never like you have to go balls deep, you have to do like all no, like literally you can be doing different business models. I'm not going on like a HTC pitch fest, has nothing to do with that, but I just thought it'd be a really cool way to get different real estate people on my channel, different business models on my channel and help you guys help create a menu for people who aren't really happy about pharmacy. Ever thought about releasing your own brand of supplements? Yeah, freaking Alex Jones right there. Refugee Hustle or Kevin Farnsey proof? No, not really. I think like it's shiny object syndrome. Like I've never, I used to actually like have my own supplements and stuff. Like I used to like sell them and whatnot. But honestly, it's a pain in the ass, and it's kind of like red ocean right there. I know I'm not trying to make a quick buck off of like supplements and stuff, but it's just like, you know what, I really don't I really like if I think about things, like I'd rather just do affiliate deal and have other people fulfill those orders and stuff and just recommend great products rather than create my own brand of supplements. I don't need to control every single thing under the earth, you know what I mean? So yeah. Um what do you think about the surge in insulin price? I have no idea about the surge. I actually had no idea that there's a surge in insulin prices right now. Do you know anyone who do locum? I don't even know what that is, man. It says I just looked it up. Person who temporarily fills the duties of another. The term is specifically used for physician or clergyman. Yeah, no idea via click. Um, but as far as like prices with insulin prices, there has to be a good reason like why. I mean, let me do some quick research about insulin prices. But from my experience as a pharmacist, prices for different drugs always fluctuate. So back in like 2013, 2000 was it 2013? There's a huge spike in prices for doxycycline. And I think that was due to per like um a sourcing like issue or something like that. Insulin prices increase rising 2019. So I'm looking at a quick news story and it says US insulin costs patient nearly doubled from 2012 to 2016. Um and it's nearly tripled. Oh, doubled. So it's doubled. Primarily, so the institute said the jump in spending was driven primarily by higher insulin prices over. Wow, that gives no fucking data, right? Right there. It's not that individuals are using more insulin or that new products are particularly innovative or provide immense benefits. Use is pretty flat as price changes are occurring in both older and newer products. That surprised me. Same products are costing doubles. Drug makers say that they periodically need to raise US prices of their medications to offset steep rebates they must offer to get them covered by insurance plans. In the last 2 years, major pharmaceutical makers have limited annual price hikes of prescription medicines under pressure of from the Trump administration and Congress. So obviously, this is only like one article, but really sucks for type 1, bro. Like type 1 diabetics, man. I feel their pain. And it's just like, damn, dude. So it looks like there's like different action lawsuits that are happening. Mm, I don't know. So like the whole thing with the whole insulin thing is just like, hey, if they're doing it to make a quick profit, which I wouldn't be surprised with drug companies because they're a for-profit company and they've been offering so many rebates. Like come on, like there's always like rebates from insurances and stuff recently. And I wouldn't be surprised, but I think that's really fucked up because it's just like the whole EpiPen type of thing. Do you remember the whole EpiPen when they like when they start charging like crap ton of money, really bad PR. And I think like it's gonna, especially with the internet, like this is going to be less like, dude, there's gonna be a lot of outrage from people. Because this is considered one of those medications that you definitely need it. Like, what is the type one diabetic supposed to do? It's not like if it's not like there's that any options for them other than like insulin at this moment, right? So that's pretty fucked up. uh, ever did the 16 personalities test? I know you're a big believer in Strength Finders 2.0. No, I have never done a 16 personalities test. I've taken so many tests. Looks like this is a free test too. I'll take a look at it. But at the end of the day, it's just like, yeah, I mean, there's a good reason why I use Strength Finders too, because I like to use it as a tool to really get to read people and really see who's the best fit for my team or a certain offer that I have, you know? So, and plus like since it's free too, like I like making people do paid shit because it tells me who's serious and who's not serious, right? If people are just baiting over $20 solution, like in order for me to help them even more, I mean, at that point, I'm just like, you know what? You're probably not the greatest on my team. Speaking about teams, there was someone who I was gonna shoot a video on this, but it's just like, dude, there's this kid, and if you're watching this, don't take it as like I'm shitting on you or anything like that. But there was a kid who pirated HTC, came up to me and really was like, "Hey, can I be part of my team?" And part of your team, and his stories weren't making sense. He's lying to me on the phone, so I called him out, and it turns out like he was like, "No, man." I was like, "Hey, you tell me right now, like, dude, did you actually buy the course?" And he told me yes, and I was like, "Okay, I don't know. Post a video up in the group, like let's make sure that you're actually someone." And then I verify with HTC too, and it turns out this guy bought a pirated course. He's struggling to find clients because he had no one to practice with. He wasn't in a position to really fucking close for anyone. It was really, really bad. And this is why you don't buy fucking pirated courses because you don't have it's okay. People just think it's the knowledge, right? But there's the whole accountability and mentorship part of any sort of good program that you're actually going to get results from, right? And when you buy pirated content, it's not like they have a community. It's not like they have a Discord community of people who are actually really good, practicing. This kid was literally going to practice with his mom and brother. I was like, fuck, man. Like, those are probably the worst people to practice against Because here's the thing, you don't like are they the type of people to buy a course? No, not really. So that's why I'm just saying, like, dude, you need to have some skin in the game to be investing. How can and he's like, I'm a great closer. I was like, how are you a great closer? You can't even get convince yourself to buy a fucking $2,500 course for your future. You know what I mean? Like, why would I ever trust you to support one of my clients? You know? Oh, man. And he's like, what? Like, and what he was like, well, do I really have to buy HTC to be on your team? I was like, it's not even about HTC. I just use it just because hey, it's a great resource pool. We all understand each other. We can give feedback really quickly. So, do you have to be HTC? No, not necessarily, but I'm gonna say I pretty much everyone I source is HTC to be honest. But you know what I don't source from? Fucking people who lie. And I literally told the kid, I was like, dude, you've lied. You wasted 30 minutes of my time talking to me, lying to my face. I catch you and give you like during the call, I literally give you the opportunity to tell the truth, but you still don't, and you continue to lie. Like, let me ask you, if you're in my shoes, what would you do? And he was like, I probably would not go with me. I was like, bingo, that's exactly right. And I just thought that was funny this week too. But yeah. What seriously? Also, HTC is now trademark too. Yeah. So it's gonna be very interesting, man. I think it's really fucked up to like people put on. I know how much time it takes to put in a course, and all these like fucking like trolls and shit saying, "I'll sell you HTC 40 bucks." I guarantee those people who buy those courses, bootleg courses, are gonna fucking fail, guaranteed. And I think it's important, and I think it's also important to go in to a course knowing that you have skin in the game. You're investing good money up front that also helps you get the most value out of something. When you get something for free, you just don't value it. It's really fucking crazy. And I hope like, there's no way that you can police every single kid that is bootlegging a course. But guess what? Karma comes around and bites you in the ass. And if you've been cheating someone out of their money, you're eventually it's gonna bite you in the ass. Because here's the thing, right? Knowledge is not enough to get good at a lot of things, right? So when I create courses too, dude, I hope people fucking bootleg. You know why? Because they're not gonna get the results. It's not gonna be because of me. It's gonna be because of fucking them. Like they didn't have skin in the game and they did not have the accountability and mentorship. The other part that you cannot bootleg, like that's something that you can't steal from someone. You can't steal my time with you and really making sure that you get the results, right? That you're fully supported every single part of the way. No same person would do that, you know? So it's pretty crazy. Pumpkin Eye says, "What was life as a pharmacy student? Did you graduate with a doctorate title?" Yeah, actually, you know what? I actually don't have my degree here. It's actually back in Boston at my mom's place. But yeah, like every single student, like I graduated with a doctorate title, and it's pretty interesting. I don't even know if people like I definitely know in the US, there's no one everyone who graduates gets a doctorate title, right? That's the thing. You get a doctorate title for that. But life as a pharmacy student, it was if I'm not sure if you're interested, Pumpkin Eye, but I do have like all my old vlogs from pharmacy, which I can edit and post up in the future. I think it'd be really, really quite interesting as a series, man, of me back in farm school. But yeah, like I think life as a farm student was really partly was really fun. It was one of the best times of my life just because I got to be surrounded by so many cool people and I saw so many people. I really connected with people on a daily basis. Right now, as an adult, I don't really connect with that many people like in person. I feel like that's something I need to take a little more initiative and go out and do a lot more and just chill with more people. Recently I've just been in my kind of own circle and just like kind of in my own bubble recently. So yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool. Awesome. Post some of those vlogs. I literally have vlogs of me in farm school when I was like partying in Vegas and stuff. Keep in mind, I didn't know how to vlog back then, so I literally shot like this most of the time. So I'm like, fuck, if only I knew how to flip the camera and shit. Ever want to go back to Boston? Yeah, I do. There's a lot of things I miss in Boston. Um, I miss like my family and friends, honestly. But I have great friends out here in LA. But as far as, like, I wish I could be there more for my mom and grandma right now, like, cause I know they're on borrowed time, right? So that's what I do miss. As far as, like, I miss my friends, my OG friends, man, but I just realized we're also really different too. So, um, yeah, I think there's a reason why I'm out here in California at the moment. I plan on going back sometime soon, man. So, but even so, I miss, like, the old days of going clubbing with my friends and stuff. We don't Obviously, I'm a lot older now,